I'm back at the central bus station in Arad. The 3 hikers who showed up yesterday had planned to stay the night at Tel Arad and then keep hiking, but that didn't work. So they had to come to Arad, and now they've decided that they're gonna take the bus back to Tel Arad and hike the 12 kilometers back to Arad. So we've left our packs at the Trail Angels place, and we're gonna slack pack it today from Tel Arad to back to Arad. And that works out perfectly for me, and I still have a few days to figure out the rest of my plan for the desert. So we got off the bus and we're walking towards Tel Arad, which I can see in the distance, and there's a car coming at me, so hang on a second. So Tel Arad is back there, and over there is another one of those quarries where they quarry the Jerusalem stone that they put on the buildings in Jerusalem and elsewhere all over Israel. The kids just brought us to this winery outside of Tel Arad, just to the side of Tel Arad. That over there is Tel Arad, which is where we're gonna go to continue our hike from. But right now, we're waiting for about a half an hour for the tour of the winery. And this is really kind of crazy. There's a winery in the middle of the desert, basically. I mean, yeah, basically. It's like desert all around. There's some orchards and agriculture out here, but it's basically desert. We're going to start the tour now, and I just realized this is all going to be in Hebrew. So anyways, interesting. We'll try and understand. On an adventure that's counted a bunch of firsts, count another first, my first wine tasting. Bye. That was interesting, but mostly lost on me, not only because of the Hebrew, but also because I don't drink. So I don't know anything about it. I guess it tasted like wine, and it just confirmed that I don't drink alcohol. One thing I did understand was that because of the conditions in the desert, I think I understood, was that because the nights are very cold and the days are very hot, so it increases the sugar content of the grapes, and so the wine has a higher alcohol content, if I understood correctly. So that back there, there is Tel Arad, which is a national park in Israel, and it's I guess it's one of these tells where multiple cities have been built on top of each other, and we just missed it, so we didn't actually go to the tell. The guys went there last night, so but I saw it from afar, and looks pretty imposing. And so here's what happened. One of the girls got a blister on her foot, and the other girl's friends had come to sit and have coffee with us during the heat of the day. And so the girls went back with her friend to Arad, and I ended up hiking with the guy back to Arad from the winery. So we're going to be doing about 9 kilometers on the Shvil today, and that's pretty good, more than I thought I would get today, so I'm pretty happy. We're basically in the desert, and there's rows and rows of almond trees as far as the eye can see. This is pretty crazy. We came over to check out this thing that we saw from a distance. Turns out it's a Bedouin encampment in the desert, and over there, past those trees, is my very first camel driver on this trip. So that was kind of a cool little diversion. we're off the trail, so we're gonna go back and join up with the trail over at a camping area and probably take a break in the shade because it's pretty hot. But I should actually say that there's a nice breeze that cools it down and it actually doesn't feel so hot. But when we were walking through those orchards that were blocking the breeze, it got pretty hot. So it'll be nice to take a little break. So this is the area we've just been hiking through. So we're about 4 or 5 kilometers away from Arad, and just everywhere you look, all around us, it's just desert. It's a highway over there, of course, and just making our way, picking our way through the desert towards Arad, which is over those hills over there. In fact, as we speak, it's right there. This is so weird. Just tons and tons and tons more of those crazy snails that I saw up north in the middle of the desert. I just don't get this. How does this even happen? Well, I lost my hiking buddy a little while back. He powered on ahead of me and went one way and the Shvil went another way. I tried to catch his attention, but we're still separated. I do think I saw him coming the right direction over the hill. So I think we will join back together again, but then the problem is I got to a certain point and then the Shvil markers stopped. So I'm in my usual place where I'm trying to find Shvil markers so that I can know I'm on the trail, because the app actually doesn't jive with the Shvil markers at this point. So the only thing that gives me some slight consolation is that Arad is right back there somewhere. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Those buildings back there anyways, on the other side of the hill. So I know I can't get much more lost than I am, and I think he is finding his way towards the city. I hope so. So hopefully we'll get together again soon. Now the bigger problem is, if he thinks I'm lost and has gone back into the desert to look for me, then we've got a problem, which is really why I wanted to catch his attention. But I don't know if he saw me. So I've got to figure out what's going on here. Okay, this is interesting. I've seen this a lot of places, but I thought I'd just point it out right now. There's a sign here that says usage of machines are for over 14 years old. The machines it's talking about is workout exercise machines just on the street, available for anybody to use anytime, which is really awesome. And I guess it's intended to increase fitness levels among the population, which is really great. Alright, well, I found Eitan, or Eitan found me, and we got some food and walked back to the Trail Angels place. So here we are, and I just missed a really lovely sunset over the desert, kind of the glow of the setting sun, but it's gone now. So Sorry, I'm just gonna have to leave it at a Laila Tov. My feet hurt and I'm ready for some just chilling. So, Laila Tov.